The chaos reign. Chaos Reign presents The Wall is Unbreakable when it hits women. Broadcast May the 3rd, 2020. Enjoy.
The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at TalkRealSolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of TalkRealSolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not TalkRealSolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
In the world where there's crime, corruption, violence, rape, murder, theft, and all forms of atrocity that plagues the world we live in today. What you're witnessing, we are living in a state of chaos, and it'll take a greater or much extreme chaos to restore the order in which the world we live in today. Good evening, black people. This is Chaos right here. Tonight, I might dole into some of this fuckery. A little relaxing stream today. And I've really noticed a lot of it through the help of social media, other podcasts, YouTube especially, to find that the fuckery is real. I mean, really it is. But before I go into the title of tonight's stream, I'd like everybody to go to Talk Real Solutions, the website, T.R.S.com. There you find the latest articles, news of events, current events most likely, on the website. Also, you find, a donation tab where you could donate as well as $5 to the podcast or to the show. Oh, and I never did tell you that the latest news, also that's being read from the articles on the website, you can also find on T.R.S News Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Other locations varies. So, And also, you can find this stream and other streams on YouTube itself. You type in Talk with Solutions on YouTube. You can find the channel up there as well. You can subscribe to the channel as well to catch not only my broadcast but other broadcasts roughly 7 days a week. Some start at 9, or even some shows you might air around 6 o'clock p.m. But the time varies and changes depending on who's hosting on TRS. So be always vigilant if you're going to keep up to certain shows or events that you like. Don't be hesitant to check out the website and check out the YouTube channel as well. You'll like it. Trust me on this. So the title for tonight's show, and let me get my other device so I can hear the quality. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me see if I sound good. Okay, to anybody that's listening in, do you hear any background noise? Do you hear any blowing? Let me know. All right. I guess people, I'm looking right now, I see no feedback, so. Okay, I got a message. Let's check. Oh, good. I sound good. So let's go into this. The title for tonight's show, T.R.S May presents The Wall is Unbreakable When It Hits Women. Now, why I titled this The Unbreakable Wall, I've said this, I believe, of last year, in regards to this new term I hear about women hitting the wall. Now, mind you, I never heard of a term like this in my life, even as a man, to find that women itself can be done, or, they have served no more usefulness after a certain age. Now, from other men that reiterate this with explanation, it starts to make a little more sense to me within time. And I conclude that women of all nationalities, including our sisters, do have that shelf life cycle where they will hit a peak where the average man will not, most likely, not copulate or even go as far as put a ring on them if they are of a certain age. Or even worse, if they carry a certain amount of baggage that they're not willing to afford or deal with. Nonetheless, in regards to this thing that they call the wall, it is a reality. And a lot of women don't really pay attention to it, particularly on most of the sisters and maybe other nationalities, but, let's say a conversation. We'll say some of our women, don't know what it is, or either don't care or have no idea. But it's always shown through their behaviors and actions as they become a little older. But for the sake of this, there are some celebrities that a lot of our women sit there, watch, and absorb and worship on an everyday basis, have shown these behaviors in regards, and these few examples that they are hitting that unbreakable wall, that wall that they think that is coming. They can't break it. They can't stop it. Now, the few celebrities I will mention, and then eventually I'll open up the line for people to, express their views and opinions, hopefully. We're going to go into Jada Pinkett Smith. So let me find this particular video. Let's check. Let me go straight up. I'm going to find a particular video. I can find it. And as I'm finding it, the number to call into tonight's show is 712-770-4160. The access code 915-411#. I repeat, 712-770-4160. Access code 915-411#. Okay. I'm going to scroll up and find this video. I'm not sure I'm going to play it, but I'm just going to find it nonetheless. And I might have to switch devices just for more clarity. Shit, I'm trying to find it. All right, well, I can't find the actual audio. So I'll just have to explain. I'll explain. It seems to me that Jada Pinkins always talk about the shortcomings of even the marriage and even looking back of, not even a good ideal. Now, mind you, I'm just going to go by it from my head. Y'all can find this more evidence through Googling it. But to her, in her mind, even with her and Will that were married for, God knows, like almost 23 years, and they're still married today, that in essence, she was a woman that never did really want to be married at first. And I don't think she really didn't want to be married to Will, especially. And I get it, because you look at her track record, and mind you, she comes and is groomed through trauma and pain for herself. And my thing with this with a lot of people, and this could apply to men, but let's say conversation with them later tonight. If you've gone through traumatic experience as a child and you become an adult, it is your self-rightful duty to get and seek some good counseling. You should not be dating at all, especially if you're a woman that only was raised by one parent and you're going through some trauma. I highly advise a lot of women don't date at all. I would say, depending on your age, you should be refraining from any form of dating for God knows how long it takes until you really heal or really got all the cobwebs or the inner traumas that you inherit through your development and your upbringing through when you were a child. And I say this personally because the only thing you'll do, like any human being, you carry on that same trauma to the next relationship. And no person, man or woman, especially a man, wants to deal with any woman that has mental baggage. It can be a virus overall. And for her to even regret even marrying, well, yeah, to be honest, yeah, she didn't really think that Will Smith was the one that she really picked. And like I said, her track record, she dealt with most males on the average. Even Tupac, as good as an artist he is, he has gone through some traumatic in his upbringings too. And I think that's why she fought more to him. And really, if it was her at the end of the day, if he was still alive, I believe he would have, if Tupac would want to marry her, she would have been okay with it. On the average, and that's on the average. But, as you know, Will Smith himself, as a 51 going 52-year-old black male, his upbringings, and he has a little question too because, he's a little fishy because he has some little homosexual tendency as well. That, Will Smith was groomed and raised through actually a household with two parents. And like always, he's not no dummy. If y'all look at the track record of Will before he became a hip-hop artist, he comes from a line of innovators, people that build and or crafts. His father was an engineer. And I think his brother is like works and is like a finance person. I could be wrong. People could probably correct me on this if you're in the chat room or whatever. But he never really grew to be anything less than excellent. And one of the few things that he takes for granted as a boy growing into his adult age is that, you know, his parents never push him to really do much things. You know, I think his parents should, but like I said, every parent's different. But they never focus the effort of him saying, you know, you go to school, go to college, get a degree, and all that sketch out. That was not in his, I would say, his thing. You know, he had like other plans, and he wanted to follow his passion, which is the love of music, than anything else. So, like always, you know, his mother and his father never really pressure him, say, you know, you could do better. They allowed and let him, you know, go try and chase after that dream, see where it takes him. And lo and behold, after like 33 years later, you see him now, he's a big film actor, one of the few highest paying actors out there. You know, I think he gets paid over $20 million of them, from what I'm hearing. And, you know, he has put in very much time and energy in his craft. I'm not sure how well the last movie he was in with Martin Lawrence, Bad Boys for Life. I think it did pretty well. I'll double check what the numbers was. But, you know, besides the other movie he released called Gemini Man, which, you know, I never watched it, but I heard it was not that good. But it's expected, but you know, but like I said, he called it out that he was going to do a movie like that back in the late 80s, I think 88, 89. One of his little video side interviews, recordings. So, you know, but like I said, Will Smith is like any man, he's always challenged himself to push the boundaries of the possibilities. So, in essence, you know, the woman that he chose, you know, and I agree with Mary on this, that, and mind you, Will was married before he met Jada, which, you know, Will kind of had divorced with his first wife for a reason why she left him. You know, that's not something that, well, something to really look at. And I think usually, you know, the first marriage then went well, you know. It could be on his fault why it failed, but, you know, like I said, it takes two to make it work. So if it doesn't work, it's always two parties' fault. But like I said, his first marriage, you know, went and gone, and then he came across and, you know, stumbled across Jada, and, you know, they match. And I think with him, he feels he picked right. But, you know, like I said, Jada is that type of person, like I said, that's been gone through trauma as herself, you know. She brings her, you know, behavior and pathologies in the relationship. You can go as far as, you know, she does disrespect Will one time in front of a group of people, and he had to sit there and bust her in the side of her head with a newspaper and had to tell her straight up if she did some stuff like that again, that it was going to end. He was through her. And, you know, she kind of, you know, healed, in lack of better words. And that's just a nice way to call it. So, you know, I feel like the Great Liberator said, you know, Will did date down, you know. I mean, a woman like this, you know, he could always do better. And, you know, you never hear much dudes talk about, you know, the shortcomings, and they always say that when we pick our mates, is it always that we dating high up or down, or AKA hypergamy men. And trust me, ladies, they do exist. The hypergamy men does exist. I mean, the more the man makes, the more his selection of women has to be a par. You're not going to see him slip random dicks to any woman, especially if he's making a certain income on the average. He's going to try to find at least the quality or the best of the best. And if you look at most black men on the average that make money, they just don't really marry and date out sisters on the average. And I think the reason why that is because of the programming that, you know, white is right, white is better. So, in her mind, she feels that the direction out in their little fractured relationship, wherever they call it, is that we're finding time for self. And people must know that marriage is work. It's not an easy thing. And I think what we're lacking as a community is we're very selfish and we don't really seek to really make any commitment or sacrifice. That if we're going to do something, it should be what we're going to build something, hopefully down the line to pass something for our children so that they could eventually become what we call wealthy and establish some form of wealth wherever they're at, here in this soil, we call it the hells of North America, or outside America. We had to set the template and say, when we're doing this, making these great decisions, is not us thinking that selfish that we're doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for the legacy for our children. I think that's missed a lot for a lot of us as a people here in the West we call America. And it's one of the few things, if we're willing to really turn this around, and I'm speaking about black people specifically, then we're going to have to create even that greater sacrifice. I think in this culture, this Western culture, it conditions people to operate as selfish, individualism, and pretty much very mean towards each other. I mean, really. I mean, a lot of people nowadays can't really associate and talk to one another without any form of argument or, some form of spite. A lot of women nowadays can't even respect or have the sense of care for the next woman. Just think about this. This is going to be off topic. Mr. Keats wrote something on social media talking about how he big up black women, right? And you know who attacked him? It's not black women he big up. It's other non-black women. And I always never really think critically, why would they do that? Because if a man should say he likes his own group of women, what's wrong with that? But as like I said before, these women, that's not part of our women race, especially our sisters, they have a certain disdain for hate because they want to seek validation from all the men. And they don't want no man, especially the men in our community, our group, to show some praise and loving towards our sisters. And I tell you, ladies, personally, that you are in a competition, whether you like it or not. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Yes, this. Okay, yeah, I got some. I'm good. I just got to double check my other end. Hear me? So, like I said, he laid down, and, he's not going to lose much at the end of the day over this because they're going to still tolerate each other because their children are grown, and it's the image now that they're holding up. That's pretty much it. But overall, Jada, even herself, she said that, it was not the right move. That's why when they decided to separate in a way, not completely separate contractually, is for the better that said we're going to find each other. And you got to think about it. Both Will and Jada have entertained and have done swinger parties where they're having random sex with other groups of people, Don't believe that table talk garbage when Will was up on there. You hear me? And to be honest with you, I don't think Will cares if people find views that he is a homosexual. And the reason why I say that is because, he sits there and don't have no problem with his own children being gay, especially one of his older sons. And mind you, the roles he did and certain things he carries around and acts, very questionable as a man. That's another story, but like I said, to Miss Jada Pinkett Smith, and mind, she is also lesbian or a bisexual woman. So there's They are actually matched in one thing and one thing only. They sure love to fucking suck. Not only on themselves, but the same sex of other people. And that's where it is. So, just that alone, you'll keep a marriage longer than anything else. So this little separation that Jada it made clear to Will, I guess last year or the year before that, is for her to explore her little options. You know what I'm saying? Explore her little degenerate options. And if she had to rewind back and do it all over again, I think she would have choose a dude like a Tupac or one of the characters. But that's how the thing goes, fellas, A lot of women, they cater more to their yoni than what is logical at the end. So, like I said, Will dated down, and, the only thing he can move forward as a man is continue to be productive and operate the best he can and be like any productive man in the society, No shame in his game. You're going to see him still do some movies and other things and try to evolve while his wife otherwise starts to devolve, having this little stupid red table talking and sitting down with other groups of people, telling people about relationships, which she is entitled to talk because she's in it for a very long time. So you could learn some things, but I want to take everything from her because, like I said, any intelligent being would know that she's a mush up and messed up individual herself. I look at everything, how your children come out of everything else besides you as a person. Now, I'm not sure because of all this that her mother's from the island. Maybe there's the reason why she acts the way she does. And I said maybe. And to be honest with you, like any person, she is, because one parent's from another country and her father is American, that will put her in the category as a first generation American. And how this applies, because usually if both your parents are not descendants of slaves here in this country, besides one, you are actually fencing, between the two different nationalities. And, like always, a lot of people that's not from here, they don't have much ties to America, on the average, regardless, one parent is not from here and they're born and raised here. There's still a disconnect at the end of the day. So like I said, she's going to enjoy her little life doing what she's going to be doing. And one thing I would say that I was not really disappointed is when she had T.I. up on the table, up there questioning him on how he raised his own daughter. And to me, I never watched this episode, kind of watched her tabletop per se like that. But when I heard she had T.I. up there to sit there question him about his role as a father, teaching his daughter and trying to preserve her thing that is her womb, I question that crap all the way. And it goes back that she operates like that so-called feminist mindset. And no one say, if you, as any young woman that's not over the age of 30, and you swimming and just getting all forms of dicks and energies in you, it's only going to make you mad over time. You're going to draw a disconnect with the man if you truly love. And I've seen it happen countless times. A lot of women, they question why they can't connect. And even the dudes that either could put down bed or not, they still can't connect with their partner because they've been, I would say in lack of words, been fucked too much by different groups of men. So that connection is no longer there. That's why we always say that you can't do what men do on the average. Because you got a woman, a lot of these dudes and a lot of men have a phallus. You going around engaging and just letting any man just shoot up or shoot the club or do anything in you, it's going to be detrimental to you and your health and your spirit and your mentality over time, ladies. And I think, with her, because she gone through harsh upbringings. And hell, she could probably have been molested as well, because normally, women on the average, most mothers don't protect their sons and daughters really good if they have to raise them by themselves. So what happens? Your kids get victimized by other groups of men. So, but moving on, enough of her. Another woman that also hits the wall, and she has the audacity to talk about somebody else's marriage, is Gabrielle Union. Now, as I find this audio clip, let me find it. And I'm going to do this so you could be able to hear it. I want y'all to hear this. Okay, I found it. Give me 1 second as I prepare the audio. Okay, I found the audio. So I'm going to switch device. Bear with me. I want y'all to hear this clear. Okay, I'm back. So now I'm going to play this. And tell me if y'all hear it clearly now.
Said he once told Steph and Aisha Curry that they should break up and sleep around. The two of them were doing an IG live session of the wind down, the two different couples coming together and having some fun. They're actually really good friends and been friends for 10 years. And I guess it must have been at a time when Steph and Aisha were having some issues. And here's what Gabrielle Union said her advice was. And that is the exact advice I gave. As he writes 25th birthday. So done. You guys, the likelihood of this working out is very low, and you should just break up now and have sex with people. And you looked at me and said, how old are you? I apologize on the behalf. That's not who we are.
Now, why would she say that kind of advice? The word. I mean, everybody got to go through there.
Yes, he gave some bad advice at the time, and
that was horrible advice. Very horrible. Very sad. Like you work through your problems when you're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You figure things out. You don't go sleep with another woman. If a guy said that to a man, that woman would tell that guy, don't hang around that dude no more. He's a bad influence. Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
All right. Well, she gave her explanation of why she said it, because she said she was a different person back then. So, she admitted it. She gave some bad advice back then. All right, I'm Angela Yee. All right, Gabrielle Yee.
And I'm going to play that one more time. And I'm going to do it for Divine, just one more time. Okay, I'm going to do this one more time so it's clear and evident.
Union said she once told Steph and Aisha Curry that they should break up and sleep around. The two of them were doing an IG live session of the wind down, the two different couples coming together and having some fun. They're actually really good friends and been friends for 10 years. And I guess it must have been at a time when Steph and Aisha were having some issues. And here's what Gabrielle Union said her advice was.
You decided 98, back up.
I was. I enjoyed my life. And that is the exact advice I gave. I used that at a young Steph as he writes 25th birthday. It all comes out. I'm so done. You guys, the likelihood of this working out is very low, and you should just break up now and have sex with people. You looked at me and said, how old are you?
I apologize on the behalf of that's not who we are. Now, why would she say that kind of advice? The word. I mean, everybody got to go through there.
Yes, she gave some bad advice at a time, and
that was horrible advice. Very horrible. Very sad. Like you work through your problems when you're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You figure things out. You don't go sleep with another woman. If a guy said that to a man, that woman would tell that guy, don't hang around that dude no more. He's a bad influence. Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
All right. Well, she gave her explanation of why she said it, because she said she was a different person back then. So, she admitted it. She gave some bad advice back then. All right. I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
So that explains it all. That explains it all. I mean, and And really, truly, and to keep it real and honest with y'all, I will say this once and only once to those women that listen to any woman that's a decade older or greater. Be mindful of the advice you get from old, washed-up women that have been fucking enough men, not only in the business, but just men in general, to give you advice about what you should be doing in your own marriage, especially if they were never married as lengthy or greater than 10 or more years. And last time I checked, if that was back in a few years ago or maybe a decade ago, now, because I think they got married in 2011, I believe, 2012. And mind you, if you look at Gabrielle Union's track record, she's been fucking a lot of dicks and all types of holes. She wrote a book on it, too. Even when they asked her a question about certain sexual experience, she said to admit that she'll do anything, sexually. Now, anything in regards to get roles and plays, it comes with the territory. As y'all know, before the Me Too came around and was created by one black woman 2 years ago, this will allow a woman just like Gabrielle do anything it takes to, be relevant in this business. I'm just keeping 100, y'all, to be relevant. And, she's the last person to give advice about relationships, and she has not been a stable one herself. And, to sit there, and mind you, Gabrielle was at the wall stage during that time when she would sit there and gave her input and advice to both Steph and Aisha at that time. And it shows evident that if you're doing pretty good for a woman and you got your man to secure something, don't let these other women that has never shown a track record of any success or hell even a stable marriage to tell you how you should operate as a woman married to a man. At least you committed something. She hasn't. She's now committed now to this dude. But like I said, she already had a very awkward track record. And for God's sake, if y'all notice, she tried to have kids at one time, and she became completely barren. And the only reason why she became barren is because of the amount of dicks she fucked and and a lot of sexual behaviors in the bedroom. She never put that in an equation that also plays to a poison and damaged womb. That's why if you talk to any older black woman or any older woman, they'll tell you back then how they used to live besides now. They have to be very mindful of their womb. It's not because of their chances of, hopefully getting married. Because, the society was different back then, decades ago. But now they know that just by having too many entities can cause problems, serious problems. So, like I said, to a lot of women, that if you're already married and you're secure, depending on what age you are, if you're going to take advice, you should take advice to women that at least hold a decent relationship with, and even go as far as if they were married for longer than 10 years, at least. At least, because they have a working template to tell you how you should operate properly in a marriage, how to solve your problems. You should not be taking advice to women that have failed relationships, been fucking sucking all over the place, and then tell you how you should function. Somebody say, young girl, go out there, have that fun. You ladies, I tell you many times, you can't do what men do. You could do it, but there is consequence at the end of the day. And I've seen it constantly happen, miserably. They even go as far as they'll blame the men of the community, why their shortcomings and why they can't get what they want, or some form of comfort from or security from any man that either doing well or doing even great or even well to even give them some type of security. Yeah, I tell you, it's rough. Do it all by yourself. Do it all by yourself. Now, mind, that's a choice in the day, and like always, in America we live in, everybody has to work. You're not going to escape that. You're definitely not going to escape that. Now, I get it. But how you want to function in regards, you want to take it more than a step further, where, you know, let's say you and this dude, you want to take it much beyond it. I mean, there's ways to get certain things that, you know, if the man's not willing to give you that security, that long-term security, like I said, it's easy to draw out the dudes that's really going to stay around to ones that ain't going to stay around. And trust me, ladies, we got those dudes now that is in that pump for them culture where, you know, if you ask the real tangible questions, most likely they don't want to hear it and they just want to bust a nut. I was keeping it 100. So obviously you can do the process of elimination. Who's staying, who's going. I have a very much deep idea what's going on now, Miss Deep. 20T1, I think it's TV1, and I'm only talking about this because a lot of people, especially women, they take their perception of reality of how they should operate in their life and in relationship for what they see through television. It sure is a beautiful, deadly weapon. Do you agree? Do you agree? That it programs you to how you should function in the society. And give you all sense of bullshit to hype you up. But at the end of it doesn't show no results after watching all this garbage. And you think about it, media is not going to, or any form of TV outlet is not going to promote what we call stable families, especially in the black community. It's forbidden now for the last 20-something years. The last evidence you see of that was in the late 90s. Once 2000 hit, the first day of the 21st century, they ceased to promote or have shows complete on it. Anytime they have any shows that deals with black couples, you only see it now as either in an interracial union or some serious dysfunctionality. Otherwise, you know, you're not going to see actual healthy functioning couples when it comes to us people, how we work things out. Because people perceive their realities for what they see on television. I know one young girl that's in her late 20s now. She wants her relationship like what she saw on television, like Good Times and all that stuff. And mind you, she was never born during that era. But she always remembered when she was a kid when her parents watched these things and she sat down, watched this. She wanted to emulate her type of life like that. So you must understand, TV does shape your reality. They give you the perception of what is good and what is bad. And that's where the danger starts. So if you think that you listen to your favorite comedian, your favorite actor, or et cetera, or entertainer, or athlete, tell you what reality is, and they put them on TV and put this false persona, you're going to be led astray all the time. And like Gabrielle, you know, she gave bad advice, and, you know, I'm glad that she didn't really, Aisha, during that time, besides the thing that she did back in early 2019 with Steph, well, it was uncalled for, but, you know, it's expected because, you know, most marriage couples, they go for their, you know, clinks. Same thing with Nicole Art Parker and Boris Kojo. Same thing. But the problem is, like I said, when it comes to us in relationships, we don't have respect for each other. Some black men don't respect black women in some relationships, and some black women don't respect black men. So when we operate dysfunction and lack of respect for ourselves, it shows in our relationships as well. And another thing off the topic, with the Boris and the Cole situation, because I never did talk about this on here, and I'm going to say this, that what she did was out of line. Now, normally any man that's of means, like Boris, most dudes will tell you they will sit there, sign the papers, and automatically go get a divorce from their wife just by that outburst and that embarrassment for public, you know, media. where the whole world watches them. And some dudes will sit there with this brush off and like it's nothing. But imagine the shoes was on the other toe. What? You hear a lot of ladies. They'll say, girl, you better done with that dude. Or hell, they'll tell you nothing. She might just make the decision and might just walk away from the relationship or the marriage altogether. So, we don't have a real sense of respect or accountability towards ourselves and our mates when we're around public people. So, like I said, Boris kind of shrugged it off because he knows nothing. I get it. But a lot of these dudes that, if they were in his shoes, they would automatically sign divorce papers and let her have the kids, and then he just move on to the next woman. I like the chat room. Chat room's getting crazy. So, what else am I about to say? Oh, to wrap up the Gabrielle unit situation, yeah, that's some bad advice during that time, and I'm glad that, it didn't happen. MJ, can you please put back the number? The number to call on tonight's show is 712-770-4160, access code 915-411#. I repeat, 712-770-4160, access code 915-411#. Tonight's subject, T.R.S May presents The Wall is Unbreakable when it hits women. And that wall can never, like you said, they could break the wall. No, you can't break that once you reach that age. It's unbreakable. It's not only your reproductive ages of how often your fertility is good, but also in attitude, spirit, etc. Now, the next and final one, before I open the lines and get cussed out, which is expected, Angela Simmons. And let me Google her, see what's up with her. Let me see this article up here. Let me see what's going on with her. And it looks like she's dating again. But it looks like she's a wreck right now. Oh, damn. Okay. I'm about to go through off the head with this one. Because I don't think there's no... It was someone on YouTube that talked about this, and I'm not going to go into that, to be honest with y'all. Okay. Oh, wow. She dating Bow Wow now? Oh, yeah. She's a wreck. Oh, damn. And... Yo, here's what Angela Simmons is looking for in a man post-quarantine. Oh, wow. This is very interesting. Yeah, she's at wall stage as well, and that wall is very unbreakable. A lot of women that once they hit that 30s, they are falling apart badly. I feel sorry for black women today in this century. Real bad. Here's what Angela Simmons is looking for in a man post-quarantine. Let me read what this says. It's open to dating after the quarantine is over, just not with guys that bring drama. I want to date. I'm open to it, she told Page 6. The guy would have to have certain qualities. He has to definitely be a family man, God-fearing, funny, established. It's a long list. My son will definitely have to give his approval. I don't want anybody around my son if he doesn't like him, absolutely. We TV grow up hip-hop. Now, see, stop right there. Stop right there. What? Let me read this again. There's a long list. My son definitely has to give his approval. I don't want anybody around my son if he doesn't like him. Now, this is my problem again. And this is the problem when you ladies, if you pick and the pick goes bad, you could be the one holding the bag at the end of the day. Your role as a mother is not sit there pick no man that your son's going to like. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can get Mr. Hold on. Give me 1 second, people. And I'm going to start opening the lines. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can get my good friend on the line. Hold on. Hello, everybody. I have Mr. Officer Charles Faulkner on the line. Say what's up, Charles. They might hear a little bit. I was reading a post that Angela Simmons wants to date after quarantine, and it says here, brother, I'm gonna get your take because you are a family man and you will understand. Not we'll see if we could gel in this. She says here, I want to date and open to it. She told Page 6 that guys would have to have certain qualities. He has to definitely be a family man, God-fearing, funny, established. It's a long list. My son will definitely have to give his approval. I don't want anybody around my son if he doesn't like him, absolutely. Now, pause right there. Say, hold on. You're looking for these qualities, and you want your son to give the A-OK?
So here's my question. Did she ask the child's father to have those qualities?
No, because that nigga is dead.
Because he was a drug dealer.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, you want to rewind time. See, y'all got...
You sound low, Charles. Speak. I hear you a little bit. You know, maybe I should give you a little time to call in personally to address the mic. It's acting up, yeah. All right. Yeah. The audacity of it all. Let me check my lines. I got one person here. So before I open this up, I'm going to say this. Okay. Oh, he come back. All right. Let me see if it'll play better. Let's see if it sound better now. All right, Charles. Let me see how you sound.
Hello?
Oh, you sound better now. And, yeah, go ahead.
Like, I don't get it. That's the equivalent of me going up to a prostitute, having a child by a prostitute, and then saying, after I deal with her, I want somebody to be a kid. But you were messing with a prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
No sense does that make.
Don't make no fucking sense. And mind she was a virgin when she lost her virginity to this loser.
But then you got little Bow Wow who's got money, he's got fame, he's got businesses. Good dude.
Mm-hmm.
You gave him the fucking runaround. But when the shoot turns, Moriarty, you want to beg him to get mad why he doesn't want to date you.
Mm-hmm.
Because he found out that you were truly beneath him. See, you were the $1 million princess of Reverend Run.
Yeah.
You sunk to the lowest common denominator, Dr. Moriarty. So you don't have to be fucking Sherlock Holmes or Bruce Wayne to figure out if the text of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You want the world, but you're not worth what you were worth before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, this is the problem that men and women don't understand. The wall is undefeated.
That's the subject. That's the subject of tonight's show. That's the subject of tonight's show. Go on.
I'm okay with women being rock stars from the age of 14 to 30. Sometimes 25 if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
30 if you're exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
40 if you're immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? A lot of women are not built like that. See, men, we're like cognac. Females are like milk. They're great the first part of life.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
A man actually earns value and looks better the older he gets.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Sean Connery was called the most attractive man alive in his fucking 60s.
Yeah. Yeah. And he said,
Yeah. I love Betty White, but nobody put her on the cover to say she's the most beautiful woman alive.
No.
See, think about it. There's 20-year-old college girls who were screaming crazy for fucking Idris Elba. And how old is he?
He's about to be 47 this year. He's 10 years older than you. That's my check.
He's going to be like 47, 48. He's damn near a 50-year-old man, and he can get any woman he wants.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about that shit.
Yeah.
That's why I always encourage women, do not waste your time with fuckboys.
Yeah.
And what did Angela do? She wasted her time with a fuckboy.
Of all people, and mercy. And the funny thing, and I blame her father, and we could probably disagree on this one. That's it. You did everything in your power as a man to make sure your daughters. I'm not sure how the oldest ones do.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I can't blame Dad.
Okay. All right.
Because what she committed was an act as an adult. Just like if it was all those people who think, oh, T.R.S and also fault to hate women. No. I would say the same damn thing if it was a guy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't blame them because guess what? He worked hard to give them a good life.
Yeah.
What you do with your life past 18 and beyond is on you.
Yeah, it's facts. Yeah.
And that's the reason why I say I hold both men and women accountable. Like when we were on, got to plug our boy up for everybody listening, the great,
Liberator.
The great liberator. Like I said, the reason why people don't like to have these conversations is because a lot of people will walk with black eyes and get punched in the mouth, both black men and black men. Excuse me, black men and black women.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of fucking shame that we do, and we normalize fuck shit.
Yeah.
You can't normalize fuck shit and then think you're going to get a great opportunity with kids and all this shit. No. Same thing for men. You dated a chick that you knew was not good for you. You dated a chick that you know was a hellion.
Mm-hmm.
So who the fuck am I to say, oh, it's the bitch's fault? Oh, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
It's you, my dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Only thing I ask from our women is accountability, just like the men would have it. I can't respect a man nor a woman who's not accountable for their fucking actions.
Exactly. So
now you want to do all this shit. You can reverse the hands of time.
Mm-hmm.
No. That child is not a father because of the father's action and his lifestyle. It's the bitch's fault. Oh, it's you.
Oh, hold on. Let me my line. Sorry. Give me a second. That's me. Let me fix that.
It's you, my dude.
Right. What is it doing? Come on. You hate when you have to
Only thing I ask from
okay. All right.
accountability, just like.
All right, Charles. Sorry about that. Let me open one of the lines because I can go on with Angela, but after reading that garbage, I said no, you can't. See, once you're around your 30s and now you think that you could just turn around, and mind you, I heard the same thing when she said she's open willing to date other race of men, and that's cool, that's your decision. But the problem, baby, is really truly, if you of a certain age and you have a kid, I mean, if you get into something, you're not getting no quality dude after this. Speak up, Charles. Sound low.
I said other races of men are not as forgiving when it comes to dating, especially if you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
See,
that's
the one thing I do have to pick on the sisters about. They think that all races of men are the same. See, you got to understand this shit. We have been conditioned to date you. Asian men, white men have not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't really push the narrative of this, but I have to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And here's this, and I hear from other ladies from other podcasts, YouTube content, they tell these same women that so-called swirl for hopefuls, right, that these men are going to be willing for them because they're more loyal. And I'm thinking that if you had to write a book to tell you how to swirl, that tells you they're not checking for you. They're not even checking for you now. And you think that if you're going to do the same thing with this black man and you go to the other side, the only thing you're going to get is some nice dick and balls and maybe some little money here and there, possibly. But overall, they're not going to really secure a future. Nah, they're not doing that. That's why you see the numbers very low, and it's not going to grow any further. People think 3% is something that's just travesty, and they have access to all groups of women for centuries. So, but anyway, let me open this line. I'm not going to bother to read on, but Angela, after reading that, and I saw the video somebody did on her because she was going for a crisis because she's trying to be a first track wearing bikinis just to get attention. But overall, once you're a certain age and you say, you want this type of values and hope that you get somebody decent, good luck. First line, open up. Call the opening line. Who's this?
Yeah, this is GH2O.
Wait, let me make sure. Okay, good. Go ahead. Good.
Much respect to you, your platform, your guests, everything that y'all talking about. I have a very simple question that I want to ask before I even start on what I want to talk about.
Go ahead. I'll see if I can answer.
Okay. In the human species, male and female, who can give birth to a male and a female?
Are you talking about the
No, it's a simple question. It's a simple question.
Who
can give birth physically, organically, through conception to a male and a female?
Without no penetration? No, I'm trying to understand what you're getting at.
Let me help you.
All right, help me with this. I can follow.
Okay. When a man and a woman are together, a woman can give birth to a male or a female. Do we have proof of that? Is that proven? Is that fact?
That when she birthed, it could come out either a boy or a girl, right? Out of her womb, right?
So, what can a man give birth to? Ideas.
Men don't give births. That's my check.
Exactly. Ideas. So, when we get into this whole discussion about women and men and what they're doing and what they're not doing, and one thing I'll give the last caller, the brother that was just on, accountability, I'm with him on that, 100%. Because when people take accountability, that changes the landscape of everything. But here's where I have a problem. When people start labeling other people based on what they're either doing or not doing, because, and this is a side note, see, religion is the father of patriarchy. There was something that existed before patriarchy, if you know history, ancient history, and it was the matriarch. That was first, because what do Russians call Russia? Mother Russia. What do we call nature? Mother Nature. What do we call everything that gives life? It's the feminine. It's not the masculine, because the masculine is encased in logic, control, all of these different things that really construct everything that's going on. We've entered a new era now It's changed. The Fifth Dimension made a song back in the 70s. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. What is the age of Aquarius? The water bearer. What is the water bearer? What happens with a woman when she's impregnated and is about to give birth? Her water breaks. That's the feminine. So to sit and talk about the feminine like she's doing everything wrong, no, she's not. She's been suppressed by the masculine, and now she has been awakened. Hence, forward. Now you got, okay, we got to shut the world economy down. We got COVID-19. We got a pandemic. Everybody got to reorganize. Guess what? Everybody is being forced to rethink everything that they thought they knew. And they didn't make you stay in your house. They just told you you got to stay in your house. And what did people do? Stayed in their house. So who's really in control? And now, what a lot of people are not understanding, the feminine is coming to the forefront now. Y'all done had about, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about me too, and I'm not a person who really had that type of power, but yeah, your masculine entity, man, y'all done had control for like 3,000 years, and y'all done fucked everything up. Now it's got to be restructured. So let's give you a fucking virus. Stay the fuck at home. Now, regroup, whoop whoop, come back anew, and we can get this together. And that's what you're seeing. So when I was hearing you talking, Gary, about women, what you weren't talking, what your actual previous caller before I got in was talking about, was accountability. Because that's what he was talking about. One can't be accountable without the other being accountable. What has men been accountable for? Over 3, 4, 5, 6,000 years. And they sitting there trying to tell women, oh, you can't wear a weave, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're too scantily dressed, blah, 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 blah. Now, in the meantime, in between time, let me finish.
No, stop. Let's see. I got somebody want to say something. Charles, you there?
I got to say something on that, right? I love you dearly, but I got to debunk some of your shit. The reason why women get away with what they do, as some people will put it, is because they have the backing of men who allow them. Thank you. Cheers.
No, women get away with what they get away with because it's their program. It's not ours.
Hold up. I'll let you speak, and I didn't say a word, right?
Okay. My bad.
You got to understand this. You're right. Women are vessels. Men are the light. If that light or that water does not go into that vessel, what good is that vessel? Okay? I never, ever said women don't have important jobs to do with mothering or bringing children into the world. But at the same time, women try to lessen what men do when men are the ones who settle the land. Men are the ones who build the houses over your head. Men are the reason why you can walk down the street and you're virtuously untouched. Because men still protect you.
Then why do women get raped?
That's very rare.
No, it's not. That's an everyday occurrence.
If you really want to talk about rape to a police officer, do you know a majority of the rapes happen It's called prison.
Can you say that again, Officer Charles? Because they're not really following what you just said. Repeat that again.
The majority of the rapes that happen occur in prison.
No, they're not. No, they're
They
not.
happen a lot. They happen a lot. I'm not saying women don't get raped. Yes, it's a shameful thing.
Women get raped on the streets. Women get raped at home through family members. Come on, man. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You had the whole goddamn Catholic Church molesting little boys. That makes it any better?
No, it doesn't. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about what you brought up. I'm not talking about little boys.
It's actually found out. How many times have men came out and was sexually assaulted? Do men come out and say they're sexually assaulted as much as women? And
no, they don't.
Worse than the other.
But the reason why they don't do that is the paradigm that you're describing. Because for a man to come out and say that, it goes against his masculinity.
And women get sexually assaulted. If a woman gets sexually assaulted, we're coming to the rescue. We're kicking down doors. We're kicking ass and taking names, as you should. When men get that shit, it's shameful, and usually they're being put down about it.
And I'm not saying that's right. I'm not arguing you on that point.
Just like domestic violence.
Right.
You would consider just whipping women's asses left and right. So you look at the statistic, it's 50-50. And let's be truthful. How many men call for domestic violence?
Very few.
So guess what? That will make the thing maybe higher because we don't call. How many times we get hit by women, stabbed by women? Don't call.
Right.
All the time. I
agree with you. I agree with you on that.
In his career as well. How many times we have to lock up the guy because he pushed or hit the woman, he got sick of it. All the times I got these stab wounds, scratch wounds, and she punched me in the face all the time. Why didn't you call?
Yeah, but see, here's the question that begs to be asked. Why is that happening?
I had a fool where a guy got his ass swelled by his girl, and it was like an older couple, like in their 50s, and the dude got fucked up over a remote. They was fighting over what they wanted to watch on TV.
Exactly.
And straight up that she was to that.
That's
the
my
dude,
point.
I said, man, what happened? He didn't want to tell me what happened. So he eventually admitted it, and I had to lock both of them up. But see, that's the thing with men. Nobody wants to admit that a female was attacking them. Police. It's crazy.
Yeah, but here's my point I'm making to you, Charles. Those are low consciousness beings. See, we have to. There's levels.
Wait, say that again. Come again. Read it, sir.
That's bullshit. So you're telling me, you just admitted to me that this act of violence, whether it's male or female, we're going to put it on a lower scale?
No. What I'm saying to you is, and I'm going to put myself in that position, why would I be fighting with somebody over a remote?
All right, Anthony, let me open another mic. All right.
Why do people breathe out? Why do people do shit? People do dumb shit. It's just the human race in general.
Okay, that's my point. That's my point. That's low level. That's low level thinking. We're gonna fight over a remote? Really? I ain't got no time for that.
But isn't that deflecting from the point that Charles raised, though?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's actually on the point that he's raising. Why would I fight with you over remote control?
That's not the point. Because the fact is the point is that women attack men. That's the point. The point is, like you've been sitting up here for a minute now, painting this one-dimensional picture of the relationship, the power relationship dynamic between men and women, when it's bi-directional and it goes both ways. And that's the point that and that's the point that Charles was making. Yeah, but you never prefaced any of your comments with what it does though. You've been sitting there talking as if
I did that in the very beginning.
Because when I came in. Okay, well maybe I didn't hear that, because when I came in, from what I heard you saying, you were saying that you were basically saying that men have messed everything up and patriarchy is that's not what you were saying?
No, that's not what.
Okay, what were you? Well, what are you saying then?
What I was saying is that throughout history, if we just chronicle history, you have paradigm shifts, you have power shifts, and this happens throughout history. You can go back to Kemet, you can go to Egypt, Kemet was changed to Egypt from the Greeks. You can go to the Romans, you can go to the Protestants, you can go to all of them. There's always a power shift that goes on. However, the manipulation of the power shift is used as a vessel through the male-female relationship. That was the point I was making without even saying that, because I made the assumption that the people who were listening to me would get it. See, when you have paradigm shifts in cultures, in governments, in nations, in worlds, it's male-female.
But you know what it is?
It's not just men.
Well, actually, what you're seeing is
war.
Yeah, but what you're seeing in this modern time with this paradigm shift that you're talking about, this is nothing but women wanting to co-opt what men have built. And it's like that. It's almost like this hypergamy thing, like where you see women will marry a man of means and substance, and then only because they've been gapping their legs open for this man, do they think they're entitled to his empire? You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically what it is. The fact of the matter is, if it wasn't for men doing what they've done, if it wasn't for patriarchy, we would not be where we are right now. We would not be venturing off into space. We would not have all of these technologies and these systems that we have that make modern life possible. And what it actually is, it is the modernity of this modern time, of this society, that gives these women a false sense of security, where they think that they can now, in essence, bite the hand that feeds them, because it's the men who create a safe space and a safe environment for women and children to exist in. And now they want to co-opt it and try and act like they don't need men. They want to vilify masculinity, and this whole thing talking about I am woman, hear me roar. Well, you keep that same energy in a natural environment when you got to hear that lion roar, baby girl. You keep that same energy. Keep that.
Okay, well, let me
see what
ask
I mean?
you
Like,
this
that's
question.
the problem.
Let me ask you this question. Who birthed you physically, a man
My
or
mother.
a woman?
My mother did.
There you have it.
Right, but
that's zero-sum game.
No, it's not. But it's not a zero-sum. No, it's
brother,
not, because it's not a. Can I please respond to what you said?
My brother, you came out of a woman.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And I'm about to show you why. Listen at what I'm saying. Okay, are you gonna let me talk?
Impossible.
Okay. Are you gonna let me talk? Because what you're doing is the universe has saw fit to put a division between the powers between male and female. The male has his realm and his domain, and the woman has her realm and her domain. Women are geared more towards people, and men are geared more towards things, because men oppose environment and women nest environment and women nest in the environment. And the fact of the matter is, if it wasn't for my father, who created a safe space and a safe environment for my mother to birth and rear me in, I could not be here either. So you can't negate the role of the man. The role of the man is integral. It's integral to our existence, because before you can even get to a point where a woman feels comfortable enough to get pregnant, she has to have safety and security. Period. And that's what the man provides. That's the man's domain. And she has her domain, which is reproduction into children.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. But here's my last question. Here's my last question. No. Where would you be without a woman?
Hold on, sir. Excuse me. Can you hear me? I have somebody waiting on the line. Let me open this line. Then I'm going to let you ask your final question. Anonymous. Who's this?
Big J here.
All right, stay right there. Now, you can continue what you were saying, Deep.
I just have one question for all the men that are on the call. Where would you be without a woman?
Nobody is negating that.
You wouldn't exist.
And I wouldn't exist without the man either.
Yeah.
You know so it's a balance thing, but nobody's negating that, brother. Nobody's negating that.
Okay, that was my only question. I'm gonna fall back, and I'm gonna just listen to the show now.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, hold on. Before you speak, Charles, hold on. Big J, I'm gonna let you speak 1 second, but go ahead, Charles. Come on, let him. Can you think from earlier?
This is the part that gets me, right? The role of men and women is actually in the positions of the symbiotic, okay? See, when women are pregnant with a child, they're at their most physical movement. It's kind of hard to oppose the environment. You're not as fast, you're not as strong, then you have a handicap of being pregnant. If you don't have men protecting that woman from the environment, guess what? No more human race. Just like if you don't have women who are with the kids and nurturing them, no more human race. The point is, guess what? Like I said earlier, when we have conversations like this about black people, a lot of people don't like having them because both black men and black women are going to lose a black eye. It's like this. Yes, we come out of women, but you're not made solely by a woman. 50% of your genetics come from your dad, too.
And two halves make what? A whole.
Yeah. So you got to remember, we are starting to minimize the role of men for the role of these strong women. But the one thing I love about a crisis is that it shows you you're not as hot shit as you think. When you go through difficulties, like everybody in the world does, you'll be humble a little bit. The world ain't pretty. The more you keep having a divide, and the more you fucking accept. The only problem I really have with a lot of black women is the accountability. Obviously, black men still love and date you and marry you. The problem I got is the accountability. See, we went through day one, A1 of birth being told we ain't shit. You don't see anybody talk about black boy magic because you already thought of as being a loser. You already thought of as being insignificant. But yet, you got a chick like Angela Simmons who think when she did some of the stupidest shit she could do and fuck her life away and be a single mother, she thinks she still deserves the best in the world compared to a woman in her same situation who refused to date somebody that would fuck up her life and leave her a single mother. There's a pecking order that people in the black community don't understand. Okay? We're not going to give the same fucking praise and entitlement we're going to do dearly as we give to somebody, a black man who's a STEM. Just like men will always value the woman that has a lot of shit going on for herself, they compare it to a welfare queen or a whore. Let's be in fucking reality. Shit ain't equal out here.
Nope.
Who's next?
All right. Let's see. Big J, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Are we talking about the wall? Are we talking about the wall thing?
Yeah, speak up, Big J. You sound away from the phone. I'm not sure.
Are we talking about the wall?
Okay, you sound better now. Okay, you sound clear.
Are we talking about the wall, Gary?
That's what the title says.
You know,
and before you say thing, you just slightly tuned in like 15 minutes ago, bro.
Yes. I just
well, you know, this conversation was a little bit much before, and that leads up to the wall is unbreakable, to be honest. And I said a lot of things for the first hour. So what you said moving forward is going to be probably far left. But go ahead. We're hearing you.
Some of y'all in that black manosphere over there, y'all need to drop that moniker about the wall, because, see, some of you niggas have hit that wall, too. See, some of you Negroes have hit that wall the same time as y'all hit the same wall as these women hit the wall. Everybody's going to hit sooner or later, going to hit that wall. Some niggas already hit that wall when they turn 20. Some going to hit it when they turn 40. Some of them are going to hit it when they turn 70. So can we at least stop using that moniker? No, shut up. So I gotta say this, because I'm getting really tired of hearing these regurgitated talking points that like y'all got from a white boy named Sandman about hitting the wall. See, and some of y'all talking about the single mother and all that. Man, y'all got y'all talking points from a racist white cracker named Lee Atwater. With some of these talking points, y'all are the sons of Lee Atwater. See, again, y'all just regurgitate talking about, and there's no conclusion. There's no resolution or conclusion reached to.
Do them like that.
Why are you scared of, Gary? Why you keep on interrupting me, Gary? What are you scared of, Gary? What are you scared of? What are you scared of, Gary?
Go ahead, bro. You can talk. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You see, every time I keep talking, you keep saying something. What are you scared of?
Here's the problem. First and foremost, we got to get this shit out. Only a person who's trying to pander for pussy.
Who?
Hit the ball too. But guess what? We're not held to the same fucking standards as women. Are we? No.
Why are you raising your voice, Charles? Why are you being emotional, Charles? Why you raising your voice, Charles? I thought men were supposed to be logical. So why are you raising your voice, sir?
No. So it's not fair. It's not equal.
Why are you raising your voice, Charles? You're supposed to be logical, like we men too should be. So why are you being logical, sir?
Look, I'm not at your dog knocking the cocks out of your mouth, okay? I'm not there.
Why are you raising your voice? I'm calm, cool, collected. Why are you raising your voice? I thought that men, you're supposed to be the leader of the black manosphere, right? So why are you raising your voice like you're supposed to be logical, sir?
One question, Big J. Big J, you know you keep referring to this black manosphere, even the subject itself, and I told you, regardless who came.
Let's tell the real truth. First of all, BJ, you've been a wall hitter since the day one you came out the goddamn womb. Okay?
I've been what?
You can't speak on this subject because the only thing a woman would leave you is alone.
Okay. And what next predictable argument you gonna raise this time?
Okay, see, the people who can play actually make a change of it. See, people like you who get upset because you were not given the fucking ace in the hole when it comes to the genetic jackpot.
Genetic jackpot. Okay, next. What other predictable argument you gonna use this time? What is the next thing you gonna say?
That's your remix.
Charles. Yeah. What is the remix of your predictable argument? I want to know what is the next predictable remix argument you're gonna say this time, Charles?
Whining and crying. Of only the 12 people who ever watched you.
Oh.
We're gonna go back to you whining and crying
shit.
about why can't men talk about shit. Okay? Number one, you're right. Men do have a wall, but it's not the same type of wall. Okay?
I never argue that. I never argue that the roles women do.
If a man's spinning in his hair, well, a lot of guys will still look great when they shave their heads. That's not so for a woman, typically, is it?
But what does that have to do with what I'm talking about, Charles?
Something different. Women are held to a standard of beauty. Men typically are not. They hit the wall when they turn 80 and they take over. Exactly. If you're not making money, you're not valued in a woman's eye.
And what does the person?
If a man becomes a doctor, making 6 figures, and somehow loses that job, he hits the fucking wall. That's right. That's right.
Well, anybody can hit that wall. I mean,
biological thing. They have a finite time of giving birth to children.
Give birth. Well, some women can sit there and say, "No, you hit the wall, Charles," because some women might consider you unattractive. So in their definition, that might mean that you hit the wall. So how can you tell anybody that hit the wall that women's going to automatically hit the wall when you going to hit the wall too in their eyes too? You ever thought about that? You ever thought about that?
That may be a suggestion, but we definitely know 90% of the planet's women think that you're repulsive. Hey, Charles, 7 out of 8 females can say you ugly, but 8 pointers going to see us every time. Exactly. That's how females are. I mean, see, first and foremost, I get more looks than a fucking stop sign. See, the opposite of you get looked away.
I did what now? I did what? Let me go get something. I did what now, Charles?
See, the problem is this. The men who can talk, just like the women who can talk about being pretty, they don't have to beg women. They don't have to plead with women. Now, one goddamn time I pleaded with a woman to be with me or whatever, I could go outside of my house, go into the goddamn market, and have women drooling over me. You go outside your house, they will defecate.
Another predictable argument from Charles Faulkner, ladies and gentlemen. We have another predictable argument from Charles Faulkner. Okay, you're gonna talk about how ugly I am and shit like that. Okay, that's fine. But can you please talk about what I'm talking about, sir? How about you talk about what I'm talking about?
Oh, we're gonna talk about some shit. You damn right we're gonna talk. Because motherfuckers like you who want to bring up this bullshit. When I said before, Angela Simmons, if a chick was in the same boat who didn't do the same fucked up shit as she did, deserves more than her. Exactly.
That's not what I said, sir. But go on. Go on.
Go to college. It doesn't fuck up his record. Does he deserve the position over a felon? Yes. But you want to sit here and argue this dumb shit that has nothing to do with the title.
No. The title of the show is "The Wall is Unbreakable." So and we were talking about the wall. I thought you said women hit the wall. Well, I can sit there and say, well, men hit the wall too.
You know goddamn well you've been paid off not to go to dating apps. Okay.
Okay, but why are you so focused on my dick? I mean, why are you focused on what's on my dick? You see, I see this. See, the thing is, though, you more worried about what is, what could or could not be on my dick. You're more concerned about that than looking at the logicals, the fallacies in your logic, sir.
Nigga, I mean, you whine so fucking much I ought to serve you with crackers, ham, and cheese.
A cracker can have teeth. Next insult, please. Next insult. But the thing. Well, wait a minute, Charles. Are you logical, sir? Are you logical? Do you consider yourself logical, Charles?
I'm logical because I actually broke it down to you 4 different ways.
Well. Here is the thing, though, Charles. Now, I have not made. Hold on. I have not made.
Relax. We got other calls. Let me see what this is, and I'm gonna let you continue. So chill for a second. Jalen. Hello. Who's this? I'm not sure this is Jalen.
This is Jalen.
Okay,
I got you.
Yeah, you got next, but I'm gonna let Big J wrap this up.
But wait a minute. You just sit there and state that you are logical, right? But if you're going by the definition of logic, then therefore you have to have, being logical is the opposite of being emotional. So when you was calling me names and making these insults, you wasn't being logical. You was expressing your emotions, and you're raising your voice like a bitch. And that's what the fuck you ass is. A fucking ass, whiny ass bitch every goddamn Sunday night. Every goddamn Sunday night, your bitch ass is always fucking emotional, Charles Foster. You angry man's a fucking bitch. Goddamn Grinch is a bitch too. You niggas at the Black Master ain't shit. And Gary, straight to you, you are a bitch too. You are a fucking bitch for me, my black ass too.
Hold on, Charles.
Real talk, real truth. Let's keep it moving. All right? Let's keep it moving. None of you niggas got solutions to do anything. None of y'all can't solve a goddamn thing. But sit there and come bitch and moan about women on goddamn day. Where's those solutions from you niggas? Huh? Answer me, bitch. Where's you stupid bald-headed Baltimore motherfucker? Where's the goddamn solutions, nigga? Damn it, stop bitching all the goddamn time. Stop whining all the damn time. I want those solutions, bitch. All right. Damn it, no solutions. You're not an intellectual like Big J. You're not intellectual. You don't have the support like me. And you black metal real niggas can suck a huge dick because that's all you are.
Okay, all right, I got you. Now you're talking about sucking dicks. I can't. I gotta stop you right there.
That broken version of Fred Sanford. Hey, you not let your daughters grow up to date motherfuckers like him. Oh, you're whining about it. Well, if you're logical, debunk me, motherfucker, which you can.
Oh man, I'm crying right now.
Looking like a half-empty bag of trash and shit.
All right.
You were right. Like, first of all, when did I mention Angry Man Grinch? Everybody knows that I don't fuck with Grinch. So what the fuck is the matter?
I mean, it's amazing.
I've heard you call Grinch a bitch so many times, the motherfucker can open a dog kettle. Shit. But yeah, you got this dumb motherfucker still for this dumbass politics when we said we're only solution-based. Did we deny that men don't hit the wall? Did men also hit the wall? Chaos?
Yeah, of course. Men hit the wall too, just like women. I'm saying it takes a little longer, but we get there nonetheless.
It's a different circumstance.
And mind you, when black men actually really hit that wall, bro, it's devastating, my dude.
Hard.
It's hard. It's.
For example, at one time, Mike Tyson hit the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But he bounced back.
Ain't that something?
Between our wall versus female wall, their prime is Okay? What's the first thing I tell women? Don't waste your good years with fuckboys. It's hard for a woman to bounce back.
Very difficult.
It takes a hell of a woman to bounce back after pregnancy. Because it's a physical thing. Their prime really consists of being more economic. So if you really want to be logical and break this shit down, why do you think that a lot of mothers back in the day said try to go to college and get a career and find the best man you can? Because not all women are supermodels, unfortunately, just like all men are. There's levels to this shit, but you can try your motherfuckers. Don't know what the fuck they talking about. Wanting to get seen and heard. Not even bringing up one fucking reverse talking point. Not one valid argument. Fuck you. Okay, shit.
And Charles, yeah, before you talk, Jalen, Charles, let's keep it honest. And you say some things, and you get to a lot of Negro skin, bro. I tell you. At times when Big J unleashed, he unleashed with a fury. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, even the topic. Okay, all right.
I don't think you're fucking listening. Let's just keep it fact. This nigga's mad because life was not dealt very well for him. Sorry, not my fucking fault. It's not just your cornflakes, my nigga. Not my fucking fault. One day you're gonna get that fucking silver spoon. But I sincerely doubt it. But you acting like this, wanting to go and say, you black manosphere guys and all this other shit guys, when everybody knows that there's myself, Cerulean, and others, split from Angry Man and the rest of them.
But
am I important with some people? Yes, because I'm actually a man. I'm an adult. I still speak to people. Hell, I'm a fucking soldier. I can work with Satan himself and still get the mission accomplished.
But
I don't care about being white, as long as the job gets done.
I will say,
I hope not. You're not a woman.
but in essence, seriousness. I'm gonna let you, JJ, I'm gonna speak. Let me get this out the way. I know this subject matter, either people are educated or not, and I know certain ladies on the chat room want to know what this wall is. Regardless where it came from, and regardless who's pushing now, is evident it's shown in reality to a lot of women. Not just our women, but women generally. You get me? There really is levels to this stuff. And the choice in life will affect your future at the end of the day. That's why, like even I tell most dudes this early in the stream, bro, is that a lot of you men, you're going to have to be very discernment, depending what age you are, that you're going to have to pick very carefully, Because you look at early in the stream, I said Jada Pinkett said some things, that, she had to do all over again. She would have. She really didn't really want to get married to Will. And like Amiri that called in earlier, he did a little short upload of this saying that at the end of the day, Will actually died down. And when I had to sit back and think on the comments she made and even how her upbringings, it really shows now, yeah, he was right. You get me? Because this man is a family man. She's not. She doesn't know any concept of family. Even the time when she embarrassed Will, was it like over 20 years ago? We'll have to be like a man and have to give her that serious instruction, tell her, say, if you even try that crap, we're done. And what she did, she healed. So he's not no little pushover black man. He's questionable. He's not no pushover either. You get me, Charles?
Oh, yeah.
So at the end of the day, we harp on the decision what we make, and we'll tell women the same thing, that, there's no exception to this rule. The choice you make today will affect your future tomorrow. Yeah, so anyway, Jayla, what's up? And I'm going to open another line because I see somebody else raise their hand. So what's good, Jayla? What's on your mind? Thanks for being patient.
Yeah, well, we got some angry, bitter black women who hit the wall.
Yeah, it's expected. Yeah, expected.
Yeah, no, but most of them are hit the walls after they got with different dudes. They got some angry, bitter black women out there too, and hateful ones too.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? You know why they want to cuss out a man and get in a man's face. They have no respect at all. You know what's gonna happen? If they hit the wall, let them stay bitter. That's it. I mean, that's it. Let them bitter women. Let them hit the walls and let them stay bitter.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be bitter at the end. And the only way that they're going to fix it is they got to fix themselves, you know? Because you can stay mean, grudgeful, and bitter for so long. It's not going to improve your quality of life, especially like any human being. Yeah, you do need companionship, and you want to be loved, protected, all that stuff. But to be and carry the way you are because you didn't have certain things in life. And hell, you wouldn't even know how to deal with men because your father never played the role to show you what it is. You have to grow in this world and figure it out, you know. And God knows if you haven't gotten touched before you reach 18, it's even worse. So, you know, like I said, a lot of people, because I said conversations dealing with the women on this stream, that therapy is the key to really start slowly the repair, you know. And I said it earlier, Jayla, I'll tell people again, if you're a woman and you have not been raised by the both parents and you've gone through some trauma in your life, then I would advise you don't do no dating. No dating. You get yourself some help any way you can, number one, before you even interact with another human being. Because you're going to carry those same traumatic experience onto your relationship at the end of the day. So let me open up. All right. Who's this?
What's up, Chaos, man? This is Ken.
Oh, how you doing, Kenneth?
Hey.
I can tell you so far what you missed because I know most people listen like an hour after the show after I go for my dissertation. But let me know, you know what the story is. Besides the little brief arc I read on Miss Simmons, it's not the basis of this whole entire stream. It's deal with a couple celebrities that most women indulge in and take as gospel and take their understanding leadership of reality. I use that today as an example of really when women get to a point in life, when they really hit that wall or the wall is unbreakable for other lack of better terms, it shows through, you know, around people they're close to, their decision making, their complaints, their advice to other couples or other women in their group. You know, it can hurt or affect the next person if they're not caring. And funny thing, Kenneth, because you've been married for a long time, I said this earlier, no woman that got married to another man to take advice to another married couple that has been married on the average over 10 years, at least. And if you're just a person that's jumping from relationship to relationship, you're the last person to give advice about somebody that's married.
Right.
Agree? And Gabriel gave advice to Aisha Curry and Steph during that time. And I'm sure it was before this incident that happened with Aisha on, you know, some stream last year. But I think this was like years ago. And I'm thinking to myself, you're the last person to be giving advice to a person that's married. And the history of your track record with men.
It's true. Very true.
And your track record is not that good. It's actually slutty in nature. That's why when you can find when she's so barren at a certain age, that only happens because of your lifestyle. I don't care how much exercise you do. If you go around spreading your womb like it's nothing, like it's a tool or whatever, like it's something that people could just jump in, this is a consequence. But we don't talk about these things. You get me? I'm not saying most women can't have children at a certain age, but it's harder. And it's pretty much, can be dangerous as you get older.
It's a risk.
It's a very risk.
See, people don't want to look at the reality of shit.
Yes. Well,
that wall is destructive. A lot of women who like it, you can tell. Look at Aisha Curry. When Aisha Curry and Steph Curry first met, she was in her prime. She was the better listener. She was the one getting more attention. But guess what happened? Steph got better. He got popular. He got a multi-billion-dollar job. And what does she want about? I don't get the attention anymore. That's what happened. Her parents and his parents came to her and said, shut the fuck up before you fuck up the money. Because when you're that level, you're no longer a person, you're a brand. If your brand is to sell family values in a time that we don't have family, then you shut the fuck up and ride the fucking wave. That's how you know a person hits their fucking wall. When you complain about attention from other men that you're not getting, yes, you had 2 kids. You're gonna pick up some weight.
She shouldn't be worried about the attention from other men.
But that's the problem. What's the number one drug for women, man?
Attention.
Attention.
Can I chime in real quick, Chaos and Charles?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, you guys? How you guys doing? Let me say, because I know Monica has asked a couple of times, what is this wall? I don't know if, I'm just going to give my definition. It's basically, the best I can give you an example. It's basically a car, a nice car, running into a wall. Okay? Basically, like you plateaued, you maxed out. You're not going to get any better. You start your downward ascension, right? The difference between, and this is what I always say, no matter how much these people, especially these liberals, want to say that men and women are equal, we're just not. We're not. Okay, even when we're talking about the wall, can men hit the wall? Yes, men can hit the wall. Here's the difference. No matter what a woman does in her life, right, she's going to hit that wall. No matter what she does. For the simple fact that your typical man would rather take a 23-year-old woman with a nice body as opposed to a 45-year-old woman with a nice body. Don't mean that 45-year-old women can be bad as hell, but I'm just saying, just for the sake of argument, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas when men hit this proverbial wall that we're talking about, it's more because of their decisions in life is as to why they've hit the wall. Where like Aisha Curry. From my understanding, Aisha Curry has done nothing wrong. She's still an attractive woman. She still is. But even like you said, Angela Simmons, but she's getting to the point where when she could have really landed what's the boy's name, Master P's son, Romeo, when he really wanted her, she decided that she wanted to be with the nigga, right? Got a baby by him. Now she feels like this guy's going to sit here and wait. Oh, now I want you now. Let's go ahead and start a family together.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sorry?
What's your name, man?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear it? Can you hear him? Kenneth?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, his name's Kenneth.
He fucking gets it. Because number one, a lot of people want to say, I look good for 4 kids and I'm 40. That may be true, but you're not fucking at your physical prime. If I want to settle down and have children with you, you can. And if just by the miracle of God himself you can get kids, you're going to be high risk. You're going to be spending a lot of time in the fucking hospital. You know what that means? Yeah, I don't know if anybody listening to the podcast or anybody talking on the podcast seen that it was another podcast or whatever from BET with
Vivica A. Fox, Lisa Ray, and a couple other females. And mind you, all of these chicks are over 50, talking about, you know, they want a good man who makes a lot of money and blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck, what value is in a 50-year-old woman? In 15 years, you realize that 15 years from now, you're going to be changing their depends diaper. What value is going to be in a 50-year-old woman? Seriously. Let alone a
no, you're right. Why? And again, those women are not unattractive women. But why would I want, if I'm a uber successful, you know, a millionaire or whatever, because that's the type of men they're talking about, why would I want a woman, why would I want to take on a woman like you with all the baggage and everything you've had going on in your life, right? When
18 to 25, that spring chicken ready to be fucked. Nobody's going for no fucking worn out 50-year-old bitch that put straight from here to Turkey. Nobody want that shit.
Yeah, I mean, even when they're talking about, you know, what do they say about men and women? Men age like wine, women age like milk. You know, Oh, Charles said that. Yeah, I mean, it's an unfortunate consequence. I just want to say one more thing, and you know, because I was listening to, I missed Brother Deep, but I know he's called us knuckle draggers and you know stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, because I guess you know he feels like we should not be talking about, and this is kind of something I was talking about last night. And you know, we should not be talking about women at all. Okay, women are for some reason women are above reproach. Okay, and it has me go back to something that you know that saying that you know, tell me who you can't criticize and I'll tell you who leads you. You know, why is it and then I find it ironic is we hear all this about how you know women want equality and they should get equality. But with the equality, you also have to understand that you start making decisions, and you're going to have to be held accountable for the decisions. Like Angela Simmons deciding to go and get pregnant by a man who in a year later or a few months later after having a baby gets 15 bullets up in his behind. You know, because of his behavior, and she knew the type of man she was dealing with. It was no secret. You know, before he died, people were saying, "Why would she go get a baby by him when she could have got with Romeo?"
Here's the bullshit about that, right? That's like I'll give women prime, right? That's like a nigga going to the NBA or NFL at 35. Your legs ain't young anymore.
That's it.
I'm 30 years old. I'm healthy, but guess what? If I try to do the same shit, even though I can do 90% of the same shit I did at 18 and 25, if I try to train the same way and not train smarter, I'm going to fuck myself up because the healing process is not the same anymore.
It takes longer.
Unless you're like some exceptional Captain American Kryptonian motherfucker, it's not going to work the same. See, women don't want to hear that because they still think I could go be a whore and all those men still going to want me. See, this is the secret, and I'm putting game out there for the ladies. Yes, men do like whores. We just don't want to marry the motherfuckers.
Facts.
That's it. Whores. We don't want to marry them. They're not valuable to us when you're a whore. Think about it.
You get this 10 inches, though. That's what it worth.
You had motherfucking Romeo, who had a career, his father's worth $400 million. He's the heir to all that shit. So you're telling me money begets money. Here's another motherfucker, and I warn women about this. I have so much love for women, black women especially. I give scenarios. Why is my cat sitting in my chair? That's my chair, nigga. But anyway, look at Yaya Mayweather. Your father's probably your father's either $500 to close to $1 billion, and you going out to some NBA young boy shit, fighting his baby mama and stabbing her. That is beneath you.
Yo, I didn't even talk about that.
That is beneath. But yeah, you don't know. People don't want you to talk about reality. That is beneath you. And see, what's shameful is when you have noticed this, and it tells you the attitude that I get upset with the black woman's attitude. Not all, but too damn many. You got a man who goes in, my job is to knock motherfuckers out or beat their ass or run around the ring for some millions of dollars. Boxing is not an easy hustle.
Nope. It's dangerous.
And you waste your time disrespecting your father and his fucking legacy he's trying to set forth you. Generational wealth, I might add you. And you sink to the lowest common fucking denominator. But we're not supposed to talk about this shit. NBA young boy making money. What the fuck you doing with 5 baby mama?
That's how much.
And herpes. And herpes.
Oh, repeat that. What? Hip hop. Who?
He talked about one of his baby mamas gave it to him. Maybe if you didn't throw your dick on the crack table all the goddamn time, you wouldn't have got it.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
But once again, niggas only hear half the story or a fourth of it. But you see, that's the fucking state of the black community, yo. You see, that's the fucking state of the black community where that shit is like that shit is living right. You know what I'm saying? Fucking ridiculous. People put me with a daughter, that bitch over him, right? Crazy. So you
hey, you guys, I don't know, maybe it was my phone or what. One of you guys sound really far away, like you on speaker or something.
Yeah.
All the people in the chat, all the people who don't like me for some odd reason, don't like what I'm saying. Oh, that ain't right. That ain't true. Fuck you. Because you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
From my Frankie Beverly's loving heart.
He said these men raised thug sons. Interesting. You said,
yeah, well, you know what? See, again, this is the problem in the black community. We can't call it what it is. You know, I mean, you guys just laid out two great examples: Angela Simmons and Floyd Mayweather's daughter. You know, there's no. Huh?
And the funny thing, because the whole purpose tonight was to talk about.
I'm sorry, you know, I'd like to have manners. I like to get people to talk, but I really got to say this. So that comment to the jackass who said these men raised thug sons. You got two multi-millionaire household name fathers, and their daughters act like some fucking hood bitches. Right. When do you hear of any of his sons doing fuck shit?
You know, I haven't heard not one peep yet. That's a good question.
When do you hear Mayweather's sons doing fuck shit? Puffy's sons doing fuck shit? When? Never. When? Never. 56. Never. His fucking baby mama turned his son against him because he only hears one side of the fucking story. Still they get locked up. Still they get locked up, though. But you got two fucking daughters, but we raised thug sons. I got my son. My son doesn't even see the jail.
Mm.
Oh,
Mine neither.
And he's in the
Mine neither.
Army. I raised hell. I got rusters who stay with me. And even if they did go to jail, they paid their dues and they're successful members of society. But we raised thug sons. No. Why the fuck do you think Mayweather wanted to get his kids away from fucking certain women?
Mm.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, again, you guys need to sit back and listen to what this brother is saying, because what he's saying is 100% true. It's true.
Real quick, I'll let you finish, bro. You're not a deadbeat dad if you're fighting to get your fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
A deadbeat dad is a nigga who gave up.
Facts.
So I hope the hell that you got all the hate mail. Please send it. Charles Faulkner Jr., 1224, motherfuckers. Keep him on man here. This child's mother, this is a cop. It's a family business. His brother was a lieutenant in the police department. His child's mother, him and his brother, got his child's mother a job in the correctional facility as a corrections officer. You would think that would be a fucking power couple, but no, she wants to throw her pussy out like a fucking pair of dice. And then hide their child away from him for fucking 9 months. He gets fired from fucking bringing contraband for prisoners.
Wow. Man.
They don't want to be a stripper, but yet they don't want to give him full custody. And he went to jail over her life. But yet, the stories of black men are not true. Get the fuck out of here. Challenge me matter of fact, put that fucking number in the chat. Let one motherfucking contrarian motherfucker call up here so I can dissect you like a fucking high school time fair pro.
All right, number to call in, and I'm going to soon wind it down, is 712-770-4160. The access code is 915-41#. I repeat, 712-770-4160. Access code 915-411#. Tonight's subject, T.R.S May presents The Wall is Unbreakable When It Hits Women. And if anybody in the chat could type the number, put it in the chat room, I appreciate it. Thank you.
And you know what's funny? I even brought up Mike Tyson. He hit the wall.
Mm-hmm.
When he lost to Buster Douglas, he hit the wall because his whole world came crumbling down. It was a domino effect. But guess what? Mike Tyson made a comeback. He cleaned up his act. He's got investment in weed farms. He's a kinder, gentler gentleman. Notice, he even said, I don't think the guy I used to be. Still training. And if you've seen the video this week, the motherfucker looked like he could still knock out a horse.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have.
See, the difference between men and women.
I'd like to see some of these people call in.
Hold on. All right, I see somebody raised their hand. Call up your line. Who's this?
Sarge here, there, brother.
Oh, what's good, Sarge? What's up?
How you doing? Don't be so disappointed now, because I'm telling you, I can understand where Charles Brother Faulkner is coming from, because I get at least as much or more grief than he gets, and I'm not as blunt as he is. Look, George Orwell said it best. In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a universal act. Yeah, Brother Faulkner's pretty blunt, but it's not like what he's saying isn't essentially true and even true. It's like they used to tell us when we were growing up. I know that men used to tell me when I was growing up, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? They were talking about what kind of woman you should want to marry. It's just a fact, whether we like it or not. It is because of the importance of because here's the reason for it. Because men never really know before the advent of blood tests and DNA whether or not they were being cuckolded by their wives. See, we don't know. We know the baby comes out of the woman, but we don't know what went into the woman to get the baby. So over millennia, females being loyal and having circumspection and fidelity and shyness and all that other stuff, that was basically the reason. Because men don't know if they're being cuckolded or not. They can never be sure before. You know, it's just a fact. And when we keep ignoring human nature and why things came to be the way they are, other than this silly nonsense about patriarchy and sexism and oppression and all this other crap, when not a single indication of the things these people say are true, not when you examine them, not one single damn thing. You know, and so I'm saying they ignore human nature because they think they can remake human beings, and you can't. Can't be done. Our human nature is inbred. It is innate. It is what makes us human beings. It is what particularly makes us men and women. If you reject that, then you reject humanity itself.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sarge. Any opposition to what he said? Anybody? And you know, it's interesting you mentioned that, Sarge, about even when, because you were like almost, I think I'm not sure if you're 70 yet, Sarge, if you turn it now. But even back then, you know, we didn't have these things like DNA test to check if you're the child's father and all that stuff. We have it now for like, was it over 20 years, maybe a little longer? Can't remember. That these things that, you know, that women do, and, you know, people say a lot of women don't cheat. And I say, you know, you cheat when it's convenient, when you don't get caught. But a lot of men nowadays, when we cheat, we get caught all the time, you know. And always the blame is on us, you know. But that comes with the territory in this society, you know. That, you know, if you're a good person that, you know, if you're able to hide it from your mate, you know, instead of being honest, you know, you get away with a lot of things, especially if you get pregnant and it's not the actual father. Just like Maury, and I think Maury's a created entity show to show fuckery at the end of the day, but it shows something that you can learn that obviously, you know, a lot of women are on the low fucking around and getting knocked up and then putting the baby on the next dude, but, you know, I ain't gonna ram on that. Let me see what
you know what's funny?
Yeah?
Josh was having a sidebar conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And this should be, I know it sounds corny, but I was a fan of the Super Friends and the Justice League growing up. And my mission in life is simple, just like those motherfuckers. Number one, to fight injustice. Number two, to right that is wrong. Number three, to serve mankind. That is my creed. See, sometimes, like a parent, I got to do what's not popular.
Mm-hmm.
You may be mad at me now, but you'll thank me later. A lot of you need to get your teenage sons and daughters listening to this.
We're hoping.
We hope.
Yeah.
We need it.
Yeah, we need it, yeah.
Because sooner than later, Chaos reigns. Josh Hall and Charles Lawton Jr. is going to start up as Chaos with the Engineer for the podcast, because I got 746, 47 or 50 subscribers and counting. And I'm going to talk about some harsh shit that black people don't want to hear, regardless, because you need to hear it.
Yep. Yeah.
It's not because I have a thing against black women. I love them. I just wish you love us the same way.
Mm-hmm.
We're not fools or fools to be used. I love my black men. You should protect your black women. Does women doing stupid shit stop you from being a man?
Nope.
But yet, I'm the same motherfucker people want to argue and cuss out, even though the shit doesn't get to me. Your anguish brings me sustenance, nigga. And it's funny, because you would think after all this time we were doing streams together, Chaos, that niggas don't understand this shit does not affect you.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it's going to piss you off even more because your weak ass allowed me to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, you're mad because somebody's telling the truth unapologetically.
Yeah.
You're mad because you're showing, your beta is showing.
Mm-hmm.
You're mad because somebody doesn't want to play by your rules. See, you got the chaotic one. You got the mouth of the North, Josh Hall. And then you got me, the Incredible Hulk, the Superman from Baltimore. So, you put that combination together, you got what's called the unstoppable force joining forces with the immovable object. You've been warned. See, the problem is, I would love for Big Dead or anybody to bring me up there and we have a debate session.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go one-on-one with me, I'll welcome it. Tell all your friends, tell all your family that you actually had a match with the fucking great one. I held my own. So you think. What you're going to do is going to show your lack of intellect and logic. If I'm wanting young ladies not to do certain things, why am I not being proclaimed a hero? If I coach and mentor young men, why are you cussing them? The same people who got an argument are the same motherfuckers who don't do shit for their people.
All right, go ahead. Hey, let me see what this is. All right, Carl, be in line.
I can ask a question now.
Who's this?
Hello, it's Mary.
Mary?
Yes. Now I don't understand what your guest is talking about. He's confusing me.
Okay.
I mean, it's like not making any sense. Put some bass in your voice first.
Wait, is this May? May?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, May. I'll let you talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, your guest. What are you talking about? You're losing me. Can you explain yourself? All I heard you talk about women. Then you talking about somebody challenging you. Challenging you on what? You're back again. You remember me from the last time? Did you run? Hello.
I think he's talking to you, May. I mean, Charles. I think May's talking about you.
I said, boy. I said,
put some bass in your voice. You sound like a woman.
Sound like one Leghorn, boy. I said, cigarette. See, the problem is this.
No, not the problem. Just short. I don't like long monologues. Do it short. Because you're not talking about nothing that make any sense. You're not educating anybody on nothing. Except the movie stars. We already heard about those, so we don't need to be like,
Okay? We can't even understand what you're saying, Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, you use that as excuse. You sound like all the other people, but you're responding to me if you don't understand what I'm saying.
You sound like a goddamn Colonel Sanders commercial.
No, calm yourself down, the man. Because you're the kind of person the women run from, the boys they run from first, and then you don't sound like you had a woman, or they all ran away from and you hurt. Which one is it?
Like they run from
Which one is it?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. I'm going to remember
you
this
explain it since you want to have a conversation. You've been running your flaps, talking about nothing.
You actually make a debate and not a clown of yourself?
What do you say? No, your mother didn't teach you any sense. Your mother came from a foster home because no woman taught you nothing. That's why you the way you are.
You came up here because you couldn't resist all this.
You got one.
We understand that you're attracted. We understand that I spark your fire.
You don't spark my fire. My husband sparked my fire. Thank you so much. Only man. Now give me something else. Now what woman sparked yours? When was the last time you had one? Don't sound like you had one in a long time.
Well, where's your man at? You sit up here all up in his drawers. Where's your man at?
He's sitting here laughing at you. Is this Ken?
Really?
I don't know, but you see what I...
Is he laughing at us? He laughing at you?
Yes. Ken, you be quiet, too. Because your woman, you was going to fix somebody's tire, and I told you was doing the wrong thing to get caught in the
What are you talking about? You crazy.
Don't go there. Don't you?
You wrong, woman.
What? So I'm asking him a question. You probably haven't had one in a long time either. Or your wife is so stuck on stupid that she don't have sense enough to be her own herself. You one of those kind of men.
Because first of all,
I'm free. I've never been a white slave. I'm the same person I was the day that I married, the day that I have. I didn't have to change.
Charles asked you a question.
Except some young people, I want him, and Ken, I was not asking you any question until you step out and step over and sit down somewhere. So I'm talking to the man that hate women.
You have a man. You have a man.
So what did you say? I see why women run from you, and that's your problem. Women run from you, not to you.
Women run to you.
That's why you got a problem with them.
When did I ever say I had a problem with women? But women love
Yes, you do.
And
I'm like, what does Gabrielle Union got to do with this conversation or whatever, and all these people that name? Do you know people don't care nothing about you?
What's your name, man?
M-A-Z-E. I'm going to take you through one. You want to say it again? M-A-Z-E. Now, what else do you need to know? You're going to try to put some bass in your voice a little bit.
You need to pull some out.
Excuse me?
Not by the chin of your head.
Tell me what my man is. I got one. I get. I have one, but you haven't showed me no way that you have nothing. I don't know what you messing with.
You got a woman, man?
You might have a cat. All I know.
Yeah,
what you say? Y'all don't sound like y'all have women.
Oh, that's what I'm about to say. So what the fuck? Come on, man. She probably eat more pussy than me.
And Ken might be perpetrating. He might not have one either. I like a bunch of 3 suits.
Now he told me to back out. Now I quietly back out, and then she come here and starting stuff. Look, sir. Look, sir. Listen, sir.
Listen to you talk about women all the time. If you knew anything about women and you respect women and you
need to hush. You need to hush.
You wouldn't be sitting here talking about them.
Okay, you need to hush, sir. Sound like you ain't got no teeth.
Telling me to hush.
You sound like you ain't got no teeth. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Oh, you're so funny. Y'all need to grow up. That's part of the problem, too. You've been on them games too long, and you've been on YouTube too long.
Look, sir. We're trying to help women stay away from guys like you. Okay, sir?
Excuse me?
We're trying to help women stay away from guys like you.
Really?
Okay, sir?
I'm a woman. I'm not a guy.
You're a woman. Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Sound like you the opposite way around. Sound like you're opposite around. You can joke as much as you want to make yourself feel good.
All right, I'm sorry. My mistake,
you're the kind
sir.
of men that women run from.
I'm good. I'm good with my wife. I'm good with my one woman. I'm happy with her. I'm happy with her.
Well, that's good.
I'm good with her.
So if you good with her, why you sitting up here with 2 men discussing women the way they do if you respect women?
Because these women do crazy stuff, and then I got to take account for the decisions of these women. That's why.
The only one you should try to take account is the woman that you have. If she respecting you,
no, my taxes don't say that. Okay, a lot of my taxes gotta go to helping a lot of these women that are dumb and keep getting pregnant by these dumbass dudes.
Really?
So yeah, as long as a portion of my money, gotta go to helping out these women take care of they bastard ass kids, then yes, I'm gonna go ahead and say what I gotta say. Yes, I am.
Go ahead. You can say it, and anybody believe it. I mean, it's just like a broken record.
Her name is May, Charles. Her name is May.
You can't even remember my name. Just how smart you are.
Just call her sir. Just call her sir.
Wait, Ken.
Stop screaming like a woman. Did I say you put some bass in your voice?
Nigga, you sound like a straight up Wu-Tang member.
I sound like a what?
This sound a motherfucker. First of all,
why you got to use bad words? I'm not using those words against you, so why you got to get all loose and the drawers got to get all tight? Okay, come on.
We ugly broad.
I had to give y'all something to talk about besides this women. Now you're talking to one and you don't even know how to handle her. How shameful of you, whatever.
That could be nice to you.
What do you say?
You're not even having manners.
A woman wouldn't even walk to the front door with you, listening to you. I just want to say, you manless without a woman. And I see why you don't have one, because of your attitude that you got. If you learn to respect her,
talk to this clown.
Woman tell you how to get a woman.
Let's talk to a real man.
I get women.
Little man, do you want me to tell you how to get a woman to have her by your side so you can respect women?
You speaking from experience, huh? You would know, huh, sir?
Excuse me? I'm not a sir. You got yourself confused. That's why you were missing out in the classroom. That's why you would call a woman a man. But y'all sound just like women sitting here gossiping. That's what they do. You need to grow up. I'm sorry to mess with y'all flame playing.
I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing you, Maeve. I'm just teasing you.
What do you say? But I'm still wondering, that one that's talking now, the last time, I said he don't have a woman.
What you said, Charles? I gotta meet you, May, because it's hard for me to listen.
What time is it right now? 12:15 Eastern Standard Time. You can tell this old bag don't have a man. He's trying to argue with that. Look like a whole fucking suitcase. Look like a leisure suit with your old ass. Look like a fucking pair of 80 boots and shit.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm coming up here arguing. See, the one thing I respect about women who may not agree with everything I say, who actually have some attraction, they're not arguing with me. You know why? Because they got a man. You don't.
Oh, shit.
How do I take the advice from a fucking loser? I'm a winner. There's a reason why my shit is champion forever. Mm-hmm. Because I'm a fucking winner. Why would I want to take advice from a fucking two-time loser? Bitch got more facial hair than Teddy Pendergrass, by the way. Who's next? Who wants some more smoke? Because I got fire right now.
It's getting to that point late now, and I could probably strip. Let me see what time it is. Nah, I think I might say. Wait, one thing I want to say before anything else. If people want to call, I'll open line for my caller. To say this. In regards to the wall situation, everybody knows that Kanye West now is a quote unquote billionaire, and Forbes had to make their adjustment to post it out there like it's some accomplishment. I mean, good to him. That's good for that dude. But the funny thing I find out of all this, the amount of women that he was messing with, especially the last one he was messing with was, I think it was Amorose, the last one he was in a relationship. Am I right, Charles? Can anybody correct me? I said Amorose.
Say that again.
Amorose Rose was the last person he was in a relationship before he came across Kim. Am I right?
Last major relationship.
All right. Now,
and then.
Let me say. Wait, hold on. Let me say this. Now look where she's at now. And last time I checked, when they really start finding where she at, because she just gave birth to another boy from another dude, she's now going to be, actually, she's in her late 30s now. Look where she at now. And mind, she was, bogging down Kanye while in the relationship. And look how she turned out to be now. So in regards to this terminology of the wall's unbreakable, women hitting the wall, I mean, regardless where it comes from, whether a European create, like all things, because he creates most terminology anyway, and this is my problem with our people that like Amos Wilson said, if you're not in control or redefine definition of language and word, then your oppressor is going to define reality for you. She has hit the wall. And not only hit the wall, but, her body is in shambles right now. Now, don't get me wrong. Ayesha Curry, yeah, she had a little baby weight. She kind of fixed that in the last year. So you don't hear no argument for her since that incident, because she got straightened out with her weight. And other black women in her circle straightened her out personally. Right? So, I'm not worried about what women that, if you got a good circle, they'll keep you in order. But if your circle is very small and very weak, this is what's going to happen. And I tell most black women, if you don't have a strong support system of women that you could trust to help you with your problems in your relationship, your marriage and stuff, then you're going to be going out like anybody else and just figuring stuff out. And we all know how detrimental it is to the community when you figure stuff out. You're underwater without any way of coming up or finding some air. So, it is what it is. Like I said, for most of you, in closing, is that this message really is for women that has not reached that stage of life yet. You have time. It's not over. But like anything, you have to really make adjustments and straighten your life as fast as possible. Because it's not going to get easy out here, especially with a lot of men and the pool of men. I hear enough women, you heard enough already, Charles, how women said the pool of men is very short. So the only thing you can do as a woman is put yourself in the best position possible. That's all you can do at the end of the day. If you're not...
I gotta say, Gary.
Yeah.
See, the problem is that in order to change, you must understand there's something that needs to be converted. You heard multiple times some of the men and damn near all the women on here, y'all talk about women, y'all done that.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it the first thing these chicks come up here and say, you can't get a woman?
I don't know why they say that.
I actually put my picture on there. Hell, you put several of my pictures on here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a bad-looking guy. I have great conversation, and I have a wicked sense of humor. And I'm a gentleman on top of that. Most of you women, if we met face-to-face, you would get instantly aroused. And the sad part about it, men of my caliber and higher would not even look upon you. Because you don't even want to change your bullshit. You really think you some Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe motherfuckers when y'all just fucking fizzles in a pan. And here it is, when I talk about stories for young women and young men to listen to, when I tell people, look, don't be like this. Don't waste your time with a guy you know is not good for you. How am I demonized? Right. And they want to justify you with a fuck nigga, and they love it. Just admit it that you love it. If anything, this is what I want chicks to do. Accountability. This is what I want chicks to do. Have accountability. Tell that dude that you don't like him, really like fuckboy, and don't mess with him. Don't fuck his life up. Don't ask him to be the father of your kid when your father of your kid gets shot up or in jail for forever and a day. Don't do anything. Don't do any of that shit. Just have some fucking decency about you. Same thing if I look at a nigga like NBA Youngboy. What the fuck are you doing with 5 baby mamas?
Mm-hmm.
You're disgraceful. Why are your kids in 5 different households?
Yeah.
What example are you setting for your sons, if you have any? But I'm the one that people don't like. See, check your motherfucking self. You bunch of fucking C-hags. You bunch of fucking simps. Scared to tell the truth about shit. Scared because that's what the fucking way you live your life. As afraid. As a chump. As a bunch of people, underachievers. Get along to be along. Yet, when somebody comes to buck the system and say, no, we're not going to live like that, you want to be contrarian just to be such. You're going to get a woman. That's the best insult you can get. Right. I got more women by accident than these niggas on here get a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I could walk anywhere and get women.
Mm-hmm.
I get looked. Most of you motherfuckers get looked away. It's not my fault. It's just the way it is. You're on here, you're talking about women. So you got to get women to actually talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not worried about your next generation and trying to prevent them to fuck shit that our generation did and the ones before them, then you are the fucking problem. You're cancerous. You're carcinogenic. You are no better than what the fucking people of other races who are trying to converge against us. You are the enemy. But right now, you want to fucking try to argue with a guy who's telling young men and young women, don't fuck up your good years. That's the reason why I see no hope in you, motherfucker. That's the reason why we're going to still be in that shit show. Because of people like you. And I'm done.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm probably going to end tonight's session, or I call podcast stream, wherever you want to label it. Like always, I'd like to thank everybody for listening to today's stream. Please give your thoughts, opinions at the end of the stream. If you're on here now, like the video, like always, and, share it to any young one or older person, this message, And my conclusion to all of this, even to the celebrities, look where they're at and always reflect what you're at right now. Don't try to be like these celebrities. And if your life is no much better than what people that have money, that's telling right there. Money don't make people, but people make the decisions of how their life should be going. And I expect, even myself, that we could always do better. Men could do better, yes, and we're going to have to do better. And women, you have to do better just as well. And knowing that time is not your friend, it can be your enemy right now. And as we as a race move forward, time is against us right now. So we must take
critical analysis of where we at, and take action out to make necessary change, but not ourselves, but for our future. And on that note, thank you again for listening to tonight's stream. Look out for the next podcast. I should be expecting a special guest sometime this month, but be on the lookout for that. But other than that, thank you again for listening to tonight's stream. Until next time, take care. Good night.
Thank you again for listening to this broadcast. And like always, comment, subscribe, and like this video. And you can follow me on Twitter at T.R.S May.